Hi everyone, welcome to Everyday Chatterbox. Today we have Bridie to chat about fitness and health and life in general. So how are you, Bridie?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. So first what I want to do, just for a little bit of fun, just to ease the kind of tension, the awkwardness, break the ice, exactly. Mm-hmm. You can give them a shuffle if you like. So we just have a few random questions and I'd like you to just pick three. Don't open them, just pick three.
All right, got three.
All right, fantastic. So we'll start off with these straight away. Thank you. So they're totally random.
Okay.
So whatever.
These are going to be the hard ones. If they're not like health and fitness.
Well, you chose them. They're not all health and fitness. They're general. All right. So what was the biggest change you noticed in people, society in general, after COVID and the lockdowns?
Oh, that's a good one. I think, personally, I think that a lot of people became more, I wouldn't say relaxed, but I think that going back to work, like before COVID, before the lockdown and everything was very, 9 to 5, that's it. Yeah. That's what you did.
Strict.
Yeah. Monday to Friday, that's it. Yeah. I think after that, people realised that you don't necessarily have to be in the office 9 to 5 and you don't necessarily have to be somewhere to be working.
So just relaxed lifestyle.
More relaxed lifestyle, but also realising that you can work from online and that you can make a lot of things happen online without actually having to physically be somewhere.
Well, it's technology now, isn't it? It's kind of taking over everywhere. Yeah. So here we go. All right, question 2. What did you want to be when you grew up? What was your dream job? In comparison to what do you do now?
My dream job?
Yeah, when you're a kid.
When I was younger, I either wanted to be a PE teacher.
Yeah.
Which is funny because now I'm not a kid person.
Yeah.
Or
high school students?
No,
they're not really
primary.
kids, are they?
It was
you want to be primary?
Yeah. Primary PE teacher or a tattoo artist.
Tattoo. Yeah, okay. They're extremely different jobs.
I know. Yeah.
You can still do both. You're so young.
That's very true.
All right. And the third, I actually wanted to be a teacher too at one point in my life.
Maybe it's just a female thing.
Ancient history and English.
Well, that's a random one, but I suppose so for you.
I loved it. They were my favourite classes. And the last question, what is the one beauty product you can't live without?
Eyelashes, fake eyelashes.
Eyelashes? Why?
Fake eyelashes, definitely.
I thought you were going to say some kind of beauty cream or something, but lashes.
No, fake eyelashes and maybe a good moisturiser.
Yeah. It's our number one need. Or vitamin C.
Yeah.
Vitamin C.
Something to give me a nice glow.
Yes, well, you look beautiful. You always look stunning when I see you.
Thank you.
What I wanted to chat to you about today, so we'll get right to it. I was walking a couple of weeks ago and I had these random thoughts. So I'd woken up, it was a Monday morning, I was starting yet another exercise program and diet and whatever. Yeah. So I put my shoes on, I went for a walk and I was, doing all the positive thinking and we're going to do this one.
Relying on motivation.
Yeah. But then while I was walking, I kind of had the thought that how many times have I started yet another diet, yet another exercise program? How many times have I gotten up on a Monday, because I always start on a Monday, this is it, today's the day and I'm going to really
everything's going to change from today on.
Yeah, so I kind of figured 3 or 4 times a year for at least 30 years, 150 odd times I've started a different exercise program or diet or both together. I've definitely stuck to a few of them and finished them out and been great. But the whole point, I think, is we need to find some kind of lifestyle
to make it work.
Yeah, make it a lifestyle, not just a short-term diet and whatever. So I'm laughing at myself. You can imagine my thoughts going. And then I thought about you, because you're someone that obviously I've known for a long time, years and years and years, and I've watched you and you rarely sway. You you're stunning, you're fit. Like you've got that. I still remember walking in Woolies one day and just seeing you go, God, you've got that whole fit girl thing going on. And I love that. And I think we all kind of strive to
make it a part of your lifestyle
and healthy. Yeah. But you're not just into fitness. You don't just work out. You're the whole package. You really stick to your diets and things, right?
Yeah. I think that is, and everyone has been, and I've not been like that, but it's majority of the time it's females. There always is some big thing that they're chasing, and it's always relying on motivation. And the motivation might roll around on a Monday, and then Tuesday you're still feeling good. Wednesday, oh fuck, I really, really feel like something. Thursday, I've been good for 4 days. So then you have one little thing, I mucked it up. That's it. Might as well, I'll start again on Monday.
Yeah.
That's what every single...
That sounds like me.
It's exactly... But that's what we've been conditioned to do. Or, I might be eating a high carb diet and I'm feeling really, really good, but then somebody else next to me goes, oh no, I've lost 2 kilos and I'm doing all keto. And you go, holy shit, maybe I've got to do keto. And then you jump on keto. And then after 2 or 3 weeks of that, if you lasted that long, then you're trying something else.
Yeah.
But you're consistently jumping from meal plan to this to that to walking to no, I need to train heavy or whatever thing has been shoved down your throat by Instagram that morning.
Yeah. So you do think social media plays a massive part in what you decide to do for your fitness
100%,
at a certain time.
I might feel really, really good just walking and just, I might feel the best when I just do yoga and walking.
And that works
for you.
Yeah. And you're getting the results that you want.
And if that works for you and that's something that you can do consistently and continue to do it, then do it.
I think
stay in your own lane.
You just touched on something I was going to bring up later, but we'll bring it up now because you just touched on it. The consistency part of it. I think that's what a lot of people struggle with.
That's what so many women don't realise too, is that I've tried everything. I've tried absolutely everything. Yep. I'm not taking away from the fact that in your brain you are consistently worried about food, you are consistently worried about training, you're consistently worried about your body, and you're consistently living in a dieting mindset. But if you take a bigger look and actually zoom out, I can guarantee you that it's only really 3 out of the 7 days of the week that you're on your game and you're perfect. Because as soon as you slip up the tiniest little bit, you go, oh, fuck. Yeah. And then it goes to shit. But you're better off having 7 days, 52 weeks of the year where you're like this, but you're still going up. You're still making progress rather than this and then this. And then this, and then this.
So you're saying you're better to slip up a little bit each day?
You're just better off making it...
So finding something that
you can stick to.
Yeah, and so even if it's something like having... I know, sorry to cut you off, I know a lady and she goes to the gym at least 6 days a week, eats super clean. The same meal every night for I don't know how many years. Makes sure all the macros are right, keeps up with everything. But she also has 2 mini Mars bars every day.
If that works for her.
Because she knows she needs that little chocolate hit. She's looked into all the keto bars and the sugar-free chocolate and whatever, and she's kind of established for her that she's better off having the Mars bar or the Milky Way.
Yeah. And enjoying it and then moving along.
Yeah, and she's super fit as well. But that's her little thing.
That's the thing. You can count your calories, you can track your macros, you can do whatever you want. If tracking your macros works for you, and you feel like that's something that you can sustain, then do that. But if you're someone that doesn't feel like that's something that they can sustain and it's not working for them or it's too much of an emotional load, then don't do it. It's really what you can do
in your life
that works for you. I can train 7 days, twice a day if I want, because I don't have any kids. Everyone says everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. That's bullshit. That's completely bullshit.
I agree, because I've been struggling for weeks I just cancelled my gym membership. Because I can't do it. It's easier to do it at home.
That's okay to admit that, I'm struggling for time here. That's fine. Because as I said, I don't have kids. I don't have any of those responsibilities. So of course I can train as much as I want to do. Of course I can go for a walk in the mornings before work. I have the time to do that. But a mother, she doesn't have the time to do that. So if the best that she can do is 3 40-minute sessions 3 times a week, those 40-minute sessions are going to be better than nothing.
Yeah, and do it consistently. Yeah. Pick what works for you.
And just make yourself the promise that that's what I'm going to stick to. If I go over that, great. But if I don't, then I've ticked my boxes and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so you've done the base level, because it is self-care in a way, isn't it?
100%
because health is the most important thing. Yeah. And I'm getting a bit older. I'm obviously older than you. And so where I'm at, I've realised now that... most of my life I worked out and whatever, it was for vanity.
Yeah,
it was because I wanted to look good.
It was for aesthetics. Yep.
Now that I've gotten a bit older, and I've had a few troubles with my hip along the way and whatever, it's about health.
Yeah, 100%.
So I need to be able to run after my grandkids and just wake up every day not feeling like crap.
Yeah, exactly. Feel good, because feeling good in not only in your body and how you're looking and how you're feeling, but it drips into every single aspect of your life.
Yeah.
If you're feeling shit and then you rock up here, you're not going to give your clients the same conversation and the same energy that you would give them if you had woken up and you popped out of bed and you felt amazing and you're in your body. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about aesthetically looking great, which you do, but I'm saying like waking up and you, everyone knows that difference of feeling.
It's that healthy, fit feeling. Yes, It's like
and
your
brain
mindset's different.
Fog is everything, and I think that's what people forget about the most. And I'm still learning as I'm going. Like, you know what I mean? 23 years old. I might look back at this and go, far out, she had no idea what she was talking about. But it's about learning as you go and accepting that what you once thought was the holy grail, that was it. It's okay to be wrong and pivot and go in a different direction. Do you know what I mean? Because life is like, nothing's ever going to be perfect. It's not
even just about being wrong, because I know I can look back and I had an obsession with Sure step, so Sure aerobics. There was, I think, I've still got the actual video and the DVD at home. It shows my age. But my parents bought me a step block for my 13th birthday. And I've still got the same step block. So I used to do the step, which was a 45-minute class. Then I'd do the 15, 20-minute ab class. And then I think there was like a high-intensity kick class as well. Now, I did that probably from 13 until, easily into my mid-30s. I loved it. So that became the base of my thing. But then in that time, I also went walking and bike riding. I joined the gym. You know, I got into weights at one stage. What I'm realising now, though, and what you're saying, like these pivots and these up and downs, you go back even 3 years and I was going to the gym like regularly, and my whole focus was weights and, you know, building muscle and whatever. And throughout that kind of period, I've changed now, and I guess I'm just starting to realise what you're saying. Like, you know, as I said, I just cancelled my gym membership. Yeah. My hip still plays up a little bit, so I've got to alter what I do now to work in with that, now. But also with lifestyle now. Like my hours are long and I'm tired when I get home. I can't stop at the gym at 9:30, 10 o'clock on the way home.
No, exactly.
But also my body, I don't want to do these high-intensity cardio workouts anymore. Yeah, because
you don't want to run yourself into the ground like you once did.
Yeah, I've found these lower-intensity walking workouts, Grow with Joe. So I'm sure everyone knows Grow with Joe. And I really love those. And I find just maybe doing weights 3 times a week is enough for me. Yeah. But it's the mindset, because my whole life I've been got to do something every day. And if I don't do it, I feel like I'm letting myself down, I guess, in a way. And that's when I hit the mindset of, only this week I've only done 3 things, so I may as well just give up and start again next week.
Or you say to yourself, in that loop. You know, I've got to get up and I've got to do my cardio before I go, you know, to work. I've got to get my cardio done. And then after that, I've got to go to the gym and I've got to do this and I've got to do that. And then one morning you sleep in and then you miss your cardio. You go, oh, fuck, well, I've missed my cardio, so now
I won't do my weights tonight.
I'm going to eat shit here and I'm going to do that. You're just letting yourself down more and more and more. And then you wake up the next morning and you go, oh, fuck, got to start again.
Yeah.
But if you would just adopt the mindset of, oh, shit, I'm running late. I'm not going to really have time to go for my walk. Or, you know what, I might only have time to go for a 20-minute walk this morning, but I'm still going to get myself up off my ass and go for a walk. If it's 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes. I still did something. And then just don't let that one little decision ruin the rest of your day. Because once that day is ruined, in your head, you adopt the mindset of the day's ruined, the week's ruined. And you have to just zoom out and look at it as a bigger picture. You know what I mean? Like
we're really good at beating ourselves up.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Which is, again, women, we don't realise it too. Health and wellness, it is going to the gym and it is eating clean and it is the discipline and all that sort of shit. But it's also, it's your mindset.
Yeah.
How can you think that you're going to feel good about yourself if constantly all you're telling yourself is how you mucked up here, you didn't do this, you didn't, like, that's not good enough. You know what I mean? You only did this, you only did that. Look at it the other way and be like, hang on, I only went for a 40-minute walk. Or, you did go for a 40-minute walk. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, somebody else didn't do that. You still got up and you did something. You're still able to do that. So you have to just sort of give yourself praise when you can. And I'm terrible at it. And I'm trying my absolute best. When those thought patterns come in, nip it in the ass and just be like,
Yeah, but it's retraining your brain, isn't it? Because I'm the same at the moment. I go through trying to, you know, every time you just feel a thought about yourself that's not nice, but, you know, it's like snap, and then say something positive to yourself.
That is right there is also, I always say discipline is self-care. And that is another form of discipline. Like, discipline isn't always just push. There's a time and there's a season for that. But there's also the other complete opposite end of discipline where it's like, hang on, number one, nipping shitty thoughts in the butt and trying to turn them around, because that's neuroscience and it's a whole nother...
Showing yourself love.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But also, on the days where you know deep down, you're like, no, I need rest right now. But the other half of your brain is going, go. You know, you have to do this. You have to do that. There's a form of discipline going, no, I need to rest. That's what I need to do. And being okay and actually letting your nervous system just like chill for a second.
And not feeling bad about it.
Yeah, not having the little voice in the back of your head going, oh, you know, you should have done this, or you could have at least done this.
But that doesn't just go with exercise and diet and stuff too. That actually goes with life in general. Because
everything.
I've found everyone's so busy, and we are go.
Yeah.
That me personally, I'm finding it hard to know how to wind down. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
And if I stop for a minute, or I might sleep in, or, you know,
actually
if it's a
let
weekend,
yourself rest.
Yeah, and I go and lie back down and just go, I'm actually tired. I'll go and have a nap or something for an hour.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm lying there, I'm just reiterating, I should be up doing something.
Yeah.
There's so much I should be doing.
And even if
you don't rest anyway.
It might be, you know, a Sunday. I know this is hard for you to get in your life, but it might be a Sunday and you might have absolutely nothing to do. But as soon as you're just trying to bring yourself to just relax for a little bit, your brain is finding shit to distract itself with. It's finding stuff that you have to do. It's like your nervous system is so dysregulated, which, again, I'm still working my way through this all right now, but being able to just sit with yourself and just, your nervous system is just as important as
it's part of this whole
it's probably more important than
life package we're trying to work out. So my question to you then, I guess, is how did you get to this point? Like, what stage of your life did you get to when you got sick of the cycles of, you know, I'll start today, but then, by Wednesday you're eating the Cadbury block chocolate, and then you're like, you know, but when was the pivotal point?
Turning?
When did you just get up and go, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm going to really embrace this diet and exercise lifestyle, a healthier mindset. And like you said, you've admitted you're still working towards the mindset part's probably the hardest. But what was it for you? What was the turning point that because I'm almost there?
But no one will ever 100% be there. You know?
But 80-20 rule, right?
Yeah. So growing up, I was a kid that could eat whatever they wanted, and I was always the smallest, always, oh my God, where do you put it? You got worms, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and a great metabolism.
Yeah. So I was always a kid that was always eating. And then high school rolled around, puberty rolled around, and I think I was going through a lot, like family-wise, growing up, and I definitely me and my sister relied on food for comfort, food for joy. But when you know, you go through puberty, you can't eat what you once could put away and just have it go.
Happens in menopause too.
Yeah.
Just let you know now.
So I gained, I was 100 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. 14 to 17 years old, I was pushing 100 kilos.
Yeah.
And it wasn't weight that was healthy, chubby, you know, bit of puppy fat. It was unhealthy weight. I looked unhealthy. My skin was terrible. I looked tired. I looked like crap.
And it slowed you down?
It slowed me down.
Yeah. And emotionally?
Emotionally. And I know that I wasn't in a good place emotionally. I know I wasn't. But the big turning point for me, and growing up too, I wasn't in that stage of my life, I wasn't a crazy popular person. I was very, very secluded, which which didn't do myself any justice at all.
So you found you isolated yourself a little bit more because you weren't feeling great.
And I had a friend, and she told me this. It still sticks in my head because it's literally the thing that like put a fire under my ass and got me to go. She turned around to me and she said, "You're so funny looking. You look like you could be out of a horror movie."
Oh,
yeah. And that, I don't know, that
I can't say
that just...
A horror movie in what way? Like, was she insinuating you're ugly or you just...
Ugly, whatever.
Just
she was...
gross?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
like a monster?
Yeah. It lit a fire so fucking hard under my ass.
Yeah.
And I didn't go and say to anyone, that's it, I'm losing weight. That's it, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It just... I knew that it was something that I was going to do silently.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it, and I was going to say, fuck you to this person.
Yeah, your friend.
Yeah, my friend.
Your friend.
Yeah. And funny thing is now...
But it's a hard one. Sorry.
No, you...
Yeah, it's a hard one because it's like, did that friend do you a favour or did...
hugely.
You know, was she being nasty?
She was being nasty.
She was being like... She was trying to hurt you.
Yeah, okay, She was being...
Yeah, you can't establishing whether she's a friend that's trying to say to you, hey, Bridie, you look like crap, do something about it, or whether she's just a young teenage girl being nasty. She was a young
teenage girl being nasty. Yeah, we were both like 16 years old.
Yeah.
Young, immature, just being straight up nasty.
Yeah.
And, it lit a fire under my ass that, well, I thank her for now.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I went and I did it the complete wrong way.
Yeah.
The wrong way that so many young girls do, which is what I want to just fucking stop like that. I restricted, I there was times I went days without eating anything.
So a form of anorexia, really.
Hugely. Yeah. Anorexia, bulimia, everything.
Yeah.
And the only form of exercise that I did was cardio.
Yeah.
And I did cardio for 2 hours a day.
Cardio queen.
I was a cardio queen.
Yeah.
I was
we've all been there, everyone.
Yeah. Because you don't know any better. Yes. You just know I've got to move my body and I've got to sweat and I've got to
and
work.
If I eat anything, I've got to then go and burn
work it off.
that amount of calories off. Yeah.
So I lost a huge amount of weight. I lost 30 kilos and I got to a point where I was so skinny I was sick. I was very, very underweight because I was eating nothing and I was eating no protein and I was exercising my ass off in all the wrong forms. Which backfires on me now because I've got loose skin. Do you know what I mean? Like if I would have done things in a healthy, slower way, it would have been completely different.
Yeah.
But along that journey, I also completely wrecked my relationship with food.
Yeah.
I went down as I said, anorexia, binging, bulimia, you name it.
You've been there.
Yeah.
The laxatives and stuff like that. I mean, we all did laxatives in high school back in my day. The good old Ford pills were the thing.
But the thing is, too, I think I grew up with a mum that had a very shit outlook on food and a very shit outlook on herself, and that's what I knew.
You kind of pick up little things, obviously, from your parents growing up. Yeah,
which is what I'm now. And I say this to my mum now. I say, I'm getting myself under control because I refuse to do the same thing to my kids.
Breaking cycles.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm probably in the same position as your mum, and I hope that I haven't.
And so many women.
I hope I haven't done that same thing to my girls and my son, because obviously it affects men as well.
Both men and women,
But I spent my whole life, so I guess them growing up, from then they're born, they're seeing me, as soon as school stuff's organised, whatever in the morning, I'm exercising in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'm walking, and then I'm doing the weights at night, and that's how they spent their whole life. Thinking that's what they've got to do, that's what they've got to do. And then the food, I restricted food a lot.
And they would have picked that up.
Yeah. How many times did I do those 12-week challenges, where you take the photos of yourself with the newspaper with the date on it, and then
or even down to simple things like you're serving up dinner and you might be serving them lasagna and you're over there and no, I can't have any lasagna. No, I'm eating this. This is what I'm eating. This is what mum's eating. You guys can have all that.
Yeah.
It mucks with kids' heads.
Yeah.
And I say to my partner now, like, number one, my kids, I will never ever talk about body weight or portion sizes or anything of that around my kids. They'll grow up and see mum and dad going to the gym and they'll see mum going for walks, but it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of this is just what we do.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, this is just what we do.
So it'll just be normal to them to...
we're not going to have lollies because you're not going to have lollies for breakfast. But you know what? If you want to, after footy, if you want to have some lollies, let's go get some lollies.
Yeah.
Eat them until you feel good and then
just in moderation.
Put them away. But they're always going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't have this, because then if someone says, no, you can't have that, don't press the red button. All you want to do is fucking press the red button. Do you know what I mean? And that's, again, what I'm still learning right now.
That's just human nature, isn't it? It's like rebellion.
And
of course I'm going to do that.
Exactly. That's where I mean, you can probably relate to this as well. The binge eating and everything like that happens as well, because What do you expect when you constantly tell you can't have something, you can't have something, you can't
I haven't done that for a long time, like the binge eating.
I went through a terrible binge eating stage.
Mine was more, I wouldn't say a binge eating thing, it was more, there were periods of time where I would restrict food. So I'd only eat, I even did the colour diet, This week I only eat green food, next week I'll only eat purple food. Ridiculous. So I did those, live on the protein shakes, the 3 shakes a day. So I found more when I was on some kind of restrictive eating
That's
plan.
When you blew out?
That's when I would binge. I guess you'd call it binge. I'd have ice cream, and then I'd go, well, I've had the ice cream, then I can have the chocolate, and then I can have some lollies, and then I'd feel like shit the next day, so we start over again.
Yeah.
The only diet, if I don't even want to call it a diet because it's more a lifestyle, the only lifestyle way of eating that I've found I maintained for a really long period of time was keto. But the problem I had, I think I did it solid for about 3 years, and it was great. It suited my lifestyle, my fitness, my health. I always felt healthy.
Yeah.
But the problem with that was I was doing cardio every day as well. I was adding in the weights, but I saw no real difference. Like I obviously built a little bit of muscle, but then I could just never get them. I was deadlifting super heavy, whatever. I could never get my muscles to pop where I wanted them to be. And looking back, I know it's because I really restricted carbs.
Yeah.
Now, currently, my partner and I will a couple of times a year go on the carnivore diet. The mental clarity it brings after a couple of weeks is just amazing. Instant, I don't know whether it's fat loss. I'm guessing it would be actual fat loss, not just weight loss, because it takes down the inflammation and everything else.
Carbs hold water in your body, that's all. Yeah.
So I've actually currently been doing that for I'm into my fourth week now, and I have noticed that my hip, when I've had no problems, but I've also added in, some vitamins as well that I did a lot of research on.
Yeah.
That are supposed to help that. So I don't know if it's just 100% the diet, but I'm at the point now I'm over it. So I'm like, I want vegetables because I feel clean when I eat vegetables as well.
You want vegetables because vegetables are a part of a diet.
Yes, but I'm also about to get back into, weights and stuff like that, and I need some form of carbs or I'm not going to build any muscle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That again, if that seasons of life, whatever, if something works for you, do it. And then if you work out, 4 weeks in like you have, that far out, I need some carbs when I'm training, it's okay to just turn around and just have some carbs.
No, I think I'll carb cycle. I think I've already worked it out. I think the balance for me is carb cycling. So there'll be even 3 or 4 days a week of just protein, and then
even that, you're still putting I don't know how you can say it, like a net over this is what I'm doing. This is you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can live comfortably. Like I know within me that I can live comfortably with that, knowing that there's one night a week I can have pizza or I can ice cream and lollies and stuff like that. I mean, let's be real. You can get so many sugar-free versions, plant-based, whatever.
See, I'm gonna disagree with you.
Yeah. There. Do you need to feel like you're not allowed to have anything, or is it better to just have the real thing and totally agree with it? Yeah, and totally enjoy it. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say that's one thing that again I've been down the. Right now, I'm trying to work a lot on my gut health. So the whole,
super important actually, yeah.
But I know that I mucked myself up.
Right.
Because I went through the stage of, number one, binge eating and purging. That's not going to be any good for your gut at all. But also I went down the route of totally abusing the alternatives to shit food.
Yeah.
A protein bar is still shit food. It's just wrapped in marketing.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
If you really, 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 really feel like something, if you've got a protein bar that you enjoy and it digests well for you, and you can have a little treat and you get 20 grams of protein, sweet, have the protein bar. But if you really, really feel like something, have the Snickers.
Yeah.
Eat the Snickers, enjoy the Snickers, move the fuck along with your life.
Yeah, I've read a few times actually that people have, I'm talking about, people that are high up in health and whatever, that you're probably better off just having the Snickers.
It's marketing. It's all marketing.
That it's going to give you the same calories and the same, but you're going to get the better feeling of like, oh my God, I just let let myself, but I just enjoyed that.
I had something and I enjoyed it. And that's the thing too that, again, I'm still working with right now, but for so long, I counted calories, I track my macros, which I think it's important that everybody gets a good understanding of food and what's in food and how food affects you. Like you said, carbs are good for this, you know, protein and fat's good for this. I think that is something that all kids should learn, and adults too, because there's so many people that think that they're doing all the right things, you know what I mean? And then they're genuinely trying their absolute best, but they just have absolutely no idea of food and macronutrients and nutrients and what they're putting into their body and why they might be feeling like. There's so many women, for instance, that are just smashing down huge big salads for lunch and they're like, oh my God, I'm always bloated. I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Or I'm literally eating nothing and I'm not losing weight, but they're eating all the almonds and they're having half an full avocado in their salad and whatever.
Higher fat.
Yeah, which there's so.
Yeah, I know.
Diet and exercise and nutrition is such a broad, do you know what I mean? Because if you're eating purely to lose fat, it comes down to calories. Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
But if you're eating because you want to feel good and you want to perform good, it's a broader thing than just calories.
Yeah, you need the good fats and you need some carbs in your diet.
And your body is obviously going to absorb calories in completely different ways. You know what I mean? I don't care what anyone says. 150 calories of avocado is going to absorb differently to 150 calories of Snickers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
going to keep your body kind of working well.
Your hormones are going to take it in different ways, your blood sugar, everything. It's different. But if fat loss is your thing and you're aiming for fat loss, then you need to be in a calorie deficit.
Yes.
Simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so many women get caught up too in I really just want that toned, lean look. So I need to be eating in a calorie deficit because I do need to lose fat, but then I also need to gain muscle, and then I also need to do this, and I also need to do that. It's like there's stages in how you have to do that, number one. But number two too, people don't realize that when you're constantly in a calorie deficit, do you understand what a calorie deficit is? It is an energy deficit.
Yes.
You are... Number one, you're going to feel hunger.
So you're running at a lower.
Yeah. But your body needs calories not only to move, but it needs calories for your hair, your skin, your nails, your brain, your digestion, everything. There's so many women out there that are like, oh my God, as you just said, my digestion's off. I can't go to the bathroom. It's like, because you're not giving your body enough to work properly. You know what I mean? And when it does get these little dribs and drabs of what you're giving it, it's going, oh, let me hold on to that. It's not going to work at its optimal state if you're not. You can't put no petrol in the car and say,
let's go for a long drive.
Yeah. It's not going to work at its optimal state. You're in an energy deficit. Calorie is energy. You're in an energy deficit.
So you need to basically make sure that you're eating enough for your body to function. I mean, it's easy to find your kind of what your body needs each day. You can look at your watches. Our watches, I think, tell us what we're kind of running at. I think mine's around 1,200 a day calories I need. So for me to lose fat or weight, I'd have to be eating around 1,000 calories a day, which, I say the difference with food. I can eat a lot of shit food, a little bit of shit food, or I can eat a lot of good food and be feeding my body.
Yeah.
But you touched on something, and I just want to go back for a minute. The probiotics and the prebiotics that go hand in hand with gut health, super important. So do you take those every day? Like, have you? Right
now, I'm not taking any sort of pre or probiotic, only because though, and again, I'm not a gut I'm still learning myself. But right now I'm sort of dealing with the opposite end where I have too much bad, and this has been doctor diagnosed. So I'm not just Google doctoring.
Good old Google doctor.
Which I am guilty of too. But it's SIBO. So it's basically I've got too much of the bad in gut bacteria in my small intestine. Right. So I need to go through a stage right now where I sort of strip all the good shit out and starve that bad bacteria. Yeah. Which is hard for me because I love vegetables, roast pumpkin, all the my mouth is watering. But if you are genuinely, I don't think that supplementation is something that we all. I think if you're an individual that's healthy, and you're eating enough of everything, and you're including veggies, and you're including fruit, and you're including meat and dairy if your stomach can handle it, I think that you're probably okay without going in and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on supplements that you're going to have there when you're feeling motivated, but the real work and the real substance should come from your diet.
From food, from clean food.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I just had a few little notes here. So we've spoken about the diets and the different things. Dedication and obsession. That's something
What's the difference?
Yeah, well, there's definitely a difference, but it's something I want to touch on, and just because I know a lot of us, we get dedicated, right? So we know, and whether it is that you set a 12-week thing, or even just this week, or every day for this amount of time, or whatever, you get dedicated. You're like, I'm going to actually do this. You start doing it. You're loving it, so you kind of find it easy to stick to. You start to see the good changes. Yeah. You know, your mind, like you say, your body, you're sleeping better. You know, craving less sugar. And obsession is a whole other thing, right? So it goes up to the next level. And so my question to you is, I know I've been there at certain points. Have you been there?
Oh, 100%.
Where you just get so 100%. Obsessed with what you've got to do each day, what you've got to eat each day, you know, and how did you break that? Because I know a lot of people can easily fall into that, and it actually takes over your whole life. Like, I got to a point for years, I wouldn't even go out for dinner.
No.
You know, I wouldn't speak to anyone. I wouldn't want, until I'd done my hour in the mornings, like, don't bother me, I'm not, you know.
Health and fitness doesn't become a part of your life, it becomes your life.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't sway any other way but what you have planned in your brain, and if you don't get that done, then the world's coming to an end. You know, as you said, you don't go out for meals with your family, and if you've been forced to eat in a setting that's not your setting with your tracked macros and this and that, you might be in the room, but you're not in the room.
Yeah.
You're calculating, and you're not
know
there.
Everything. You know how many calories are in it.
Everything is like, it's a calculator that it just becomes ingrained in your brain.
Yeah.
That right there is exactly what I'm pulling myself out of that mindset.
So
right
the
now.
Healthy mindset as well.
Because I want to be able to go out for dinner with my partner and eat and
enjoy it.
And also be able to say, I know myself, if the times when I did go out for dinner, I was here or I was here. I was here and I would eat my whatever I allowed myself to have, and I'd have no more, no less. And I'd leave that dinner not feeling satisfied, not feeling good, feeling restricted and stressed. That's how I would leave that dinner. Or I'd go on the opposite end of the spectrum and go into that dinner with the mindset of, fuck it. And then I would
go all out.
Yeah, and then I'd eat past fullness, and then I'd be leaving the dinner again not feeling good.
Yeah.
Both of those situations, you're leaving that meal not feeling good. Whereas I've now adopted the mindset of, I can go to a restaurant and I don't have to pre-Google the menu, which I know we all do, and work out what protein option I can get.
You can just pre-Google it just to have a look at the options.
But just genuinely see what I feel like eating. Do you know what I mean? And when you let yourself go out and just eat what you feel like eating, when you go out, you genuinely look for the healthiest thing on the menu.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You might pinch a little bit of this off someone else's plate, but your body is asking for health.
Yeah.
Health. But it's asking for nutritious food. Do you know what I mean? And you can go out to that dinner and you can sit there and you can eat and you can be a part of the conversation, be in the room. And then when you're actually full, you get to a point which once upon a time I could not fucking do, but you get to a point where you're full and you can just push the plate away and you're done.
You're done, and it's okay to leave that food there.
Yeah.
Were you a child that you had to stay at the table until you finished your plate?
It was never forced on us to finish what was on your plate.
Yeah.
But I was always that kid that
finished it.
Yeah, and I always ate past fullness, and I always ate to a point of uncomfortableness, which is, you don't want to do that. You don't need to do that.
That's good. So can you tell me now what does your diet and exercise, so you're happy where you're at now? Like with what you're doing now, you find that comfortable, and obviously I know you, so I know that you've maintained where you're at for quite a long time, and so like you're saying, it's more the emotional kind of side of it now that you're just trying to give yourself that more self-love, be your own best friend. You know, got to be your own best friend. Mm-hmm. But what can you talk us through what you actually do, what you found that
works for your lifestyle
and works for you, and what do you eat? And
eating wise, I always, again, simple, in the morning I I do like to have food and I'll eat it on repeat until I get bored of it and then I'll throw it out and start something else again. But just real food. Do you know what I mean? Eggs. But I understand, like, again, it comes to calories and stuff like that. But I know that I can put a little bit more egg whites in my, 2 eggs and I've got a bit more volume there.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've just adopted and now I just do it. You know what I mean? I'll have eggs, I have avocado.
So you still try, with your diet especially, you're still trying
I'm still mindful.
You're still meeting your macros? Like you still know in your head?
In my head,
obviously, because you've got all these folders in there now with... Yeah. So you've worked out what you kind of need.
Yeah, I don't go into a meal and I'd be lying if I don't go into a meal saying that I'm not actively thinking about how I'm preparing that meal.
So talk us through then a day. Like what does the average day look for you? Not a day where you're going out for dinner with
average
partner,
day.
Just an average day.
As I said, I'd wake up, I'd have, if I used to always train fasted. Yep. If I'm training now, I know that I've trained better when I've got something, just anything on my stomach. I've trained better with something on my stomach.
That's been an age-old debate, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You should work out fasted, but actually, I find if I used to eat half a banana or something before I went to the gym, I actually performed better. But anyway, back to your day.
Yeah.
We could just...
Look, I'm very... Some people would look at my diet, even my mum and my sister, they'll say, what meals can I eat that, is going to do this, going to do that? I say, stick to the fucking basics. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so I've always got pre-cooked chicken in the fridge. I'll have that for breakfast.
So you have chicken for breakfast?
Yeah, 100% I do.
Yeah. I do. I remember times you've come in, and you've told me you've had steak for breakfast, and I'm like, what?
That's so, it's like, why are we conditioned?
So protein for breakfast. Yeah. Sorry, why are we conditioned?
Why are we conditioned to have, like, this is what you have to eat at breakfast?
Society.
If I wake up and I'm feeling like something like that I want, I'm just going to eat it. So, and I normally wake up and I'll eat chicken, I'll eat eggs, I'll eat avocado. There was a stage there where I was eating a pumpkin for breakfast, but I can't eat that right now.
Pumpkin?
I could live off pumpkin, but I can't eat that right now. I mean, if I'm going to be training, then I'll make sure that I have some carbs in there before...
In the breakfast?
In the breakfast, yeah.
Okay.
And again, if I know I'm going to be training, I'm not going to go in and have a huge breakfast like I would if I know that I'm just going to go about my normal day. Yeah. Because I want to feel good while I'm training. Yeah, okay. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so it's some high fats, some protein, and then just working out carbs or no carbs depending on...
But that's not off of like restriction or anything. That's just what I feel like. If I feel like something carby, then I'll have something carby with my breakfast. Yeah. If not, then I just won't.
No. And then do you eat snacks throughout the day, or do you just stick with breakfast, lunch, dinner?
I try to limit my snacking.
Yeah.
Again, because I'm being mindful. Yeah. That's it. You could say that that's restriction, whatever. It's just me being mindful. I don't want to go through the day feeling absolutely stuffed to the brim. Makes me feel sick. I don't like it.
When I was in my obsession phase, I used to call it feedings. So it wasn't food and it wasn't like meals or whatever. It was feedings. And to the point where I'd broken it down to 6 or 8 tiny meals a day. Yeah. And they were my feedings and fuel. So I didn't in my mind, like I disassociated it from it being food and enjoyment. It was literally fuel for my body just to get enough of what I needed to keep going, with what I was doing. Yeah. Crazy time. Yeah. So lunch. So you don't snack between breakfast.
I try not to snack. I try not to snack. Purely because it's just what works better for your digestion. You actually have, your body does a sweep every 90 minutes, which helps.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So every 90 minutes it does, your intestines start pushing. Yeah. Which does an internal sweep. So that's why you should limit snacking, as well as your blood sugar and everything like that. But if I get to, I'm eating breakfast at 6 or 7 in the morning. So if I get to, 10:30 and I'm absolutely ravenous, I'll eat something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I do try to limit my snacking. Lunchtime, I will normally do something plain and boring like chicken.
Chicken again. So if you've had chicken for breakfast, you'll have it again for lunch.
Yeah, some sort of protein, some sort of carb, some little bit of fat. Yeah.
Okay, and then dinner.
Right now I'm a little bit restricted. So right now I've just been doing like a little bit of steak or barramundi. I really love.
Yeah, I'm loving barramundi at the moment too. Yeah.
Goat's cheese for my fats, and a little bit of sauteed veggies, something simple like that. Yep. If I've trained in the afternoon and then I've come home, then I'll make sure that I include a carb like rice or potato or whatever it might be.
That's to feed your muscle growth,
that's
right?
To fix the glycogen that I've just absolutely depleted when I was training in the gym.
Yeah, so your diet pretty much 90% of the time consists of some protein, some good fats.
Yeah.
and a little bit of carbs. Yeah. So you'd say less. You're not eating heaps of carbs. It's kind of.
I'm eating enough, enough to sustain the training that I do, which is quite a lot. Like I have a lot. I'm an active person. Do you know what I mean? So I need the carbs, and I can tell when my body needs the carbs because I'm training and I'm not getting a pump, which feels shit. So I'm like, I need carbs. And even at the gym, like if I'm training, there's a vending machine at the gym, and there's little protein balls in there, which aren't I don't want. They're not like, oh my god, I want that. But if I'm training and I know that I've got nothing in me right now, I know the ingredients list in those. It's protein powder, some sugar-free chocolate chips, and some honey. I'm going to go and get that. And I'm going to
just give yourself that.
Just to get me through my session.
Yeah.
Because I know that I feel better. I'm going to train better. I'm going to have energy in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, that's good. I'm glad you found something that kind of works for you.
Yeah.
It's So do you think at some point down the track, because again, we keep touching it, but I do know you well, and in your mind, everything you stored in there blows me away, and what you've done and what you've accomplished. And is there some kind of point that you're going to get to where, I come to you for advice, that, I'm always picking your brain about little things that I appreciate it. But there's so many other people out there that would appreciate you being able to talk to them, and I know you don't have the qualifications at this point.
Yeah.
So obviously at any point, I'll be behind you, supporting you the whole way if you want to go do something like that.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, and especially with social media and stuff like that, you don't need these qualifications unless you want to be very, hang on, I'll take that back, because you probably do if you want to go work at a gym or whatever.
Yeah, if you want to be.
But have you ever thought of just having kind of some way people can contact you just for general advice, or?
I mean, that would definitely be, let's be real here. The qualifications that I need, they're not hard to get.
They're not.
They're not hard to get at all. That's a case of me pulling my finger out of my ass and going and getting the qualifications.
And I just think you're so passionate about it. And you could be writing programs and meal plans and just helping people with support through.
I go to the gym and I have heaps of women asking me,
picking your brain.
What do you do? Why are you doing that or this or that, rah, rah, rah. And I could sit there and talk to these people for, like we have right now, for so long, because it's something that I'm passionate about, you know what I mean? But for me, the biggest thing, it's not the exercise or writing gym programs.
Sorry about that.
It's not the writing gym programs and everything like that. That interests me, but it's not the passion. The passion for me is genuinely trying to get women to not, and especially young girls, to not go down this, instead of just get to the shit that actually works, the basics. Don't go through.
Try years and years and years worth of the stuff that doesn't and messes you up.
Yeah. That's what.
I'm with you right there, girl. That's
exactly.
It. If we can somehow help the next generation, just go, you know what, you don't have to spend 20 years doing your head in and feeling crap about yourself and beating yourself up.
And there's so many young girls, even I played touch footy for one season, and there was so many young girls, and I could read their minds, and I could read everything that was going through their thought process, and just being able to be that person now that I wish I had when I was their age, and nip it in the butt and go, you don't need to fucking do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this in an egotistical way, but these girls would come to me and be like, oh, how do you train, and how do you do this, and how do you do that, and what do you eat? And I'm like, number one, what I eat and what you eat, it might be completely different, because what works for me might not necessarily work for you. But I'm like, I've been through that stage where you think that you have to do all this shit to just be happy and healthy, and you don't have to do that. You don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to run yourself into the ground. You're only doing damage. That's what I'm passionate about.
It's back to basics, good clean food.
Yeah.
Exercise, sunlight, water,
literally, and
relaxation.
Just being consistent with the boring shit.
Yes.
That's what so many, especially women, because we attach so much emotion to it. There's the day old, yes, men can lose weight easier than females, but there's this day old thing where it's like, oh, my husband, he's just cut out beer and soda and he's lost 10 kilos and I'm over here slugging my guts out and I've lost nothing. Men don't attach well, not all men, but the majority of men.
There's definitely some that do.
Yeah, 100%. But majority of men don't attach emotion to food like women do.
Yeah.
That's it. Simple.
So we're going to have to finish up, and I really appreciate you coming in. I feel like I'll definitely ask you to come back at some point, because I still feel like there's so much more we could touch
as I said,
on.
I could go on for hours.
But so today, you know, if you wanted to give just a little bit of advice or something to people, like obviously consistency is the biggest thing. And, you know, again, you remind me it's just about being consistent.
Yes, yeah.
So what would you say to people? Like, what advice would you give them if you know, just where do you start and what do you do? What do you skip?
Start wherever you're at, start there. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's going to start in a different place, but wherever you're at right now, start with that. Start with fixing one little shitty habit that you have.
Yeah.
You know, if your little shitty habit is that you always snack after dinner, just nip that in the butt first.
Yeah.
And then stick to the basics. Your water, your sleep, your steps, the simple shit that actually moves the needle, and just get consistent with that.
And starts making you feel better.
Yeah.
So the needles, will quickly touch on that. So obviously there's a whole range of needles out there that people can get for fast
results. Yeah.
Yeah, because I won't say fat loss or weight loss, because I guess, again, they affect everyone differently. And I've seen so many clients come through here, and half of them have tried Ozempic, half of them have tried
everything but the basics.
I'm forgetting the names of a lot of them. But anyway, there's Wegovy and Mounjaro, whatever, all the different ones. And I've seen so many different results with different people. Yeah. And some people, like, you know, I'll have two clients and one will try, you know, they weigh the same, but they'll both try Ozempic. It'll work for one, but it doesn't work for the other one. And then they'll try something else that works for them that wouldn't work for them. And so, I mean, for a lot of women, I guess it is a good thing to kickstart for them, and I know I do believe it does something with your glucose and your sugars and stuff like that is healthier for you. Or is it just maybe losing the fat that gets you to that healthier place? What are your thoughts though
on weight loss medication?
On the weight loss medication,
I think it's scary how easily available it is right now. That's one thing.
Yep.
But I think that for a lot of women, they go on this weight loss medication and they might lose a whole heap of weight, and they might lose it really, really fast. But you're not getting to the root problem of why you initially gained that weight. You can't live on these medications for the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? And I there's some women that really have tried absolutely everything.
Yeah, I've definitely met a few that are at their wits' end.
And this might be the little...
And it's genetic, like they just can't.
But I'm not sold on it.
You think it's a quick fix?
I think it's a quick
fix, and it overlooks the fact that you're not addressing the root problems.
I think it's a quick fix, and I think that it's a Band-Aid, and I think that it's not fixing your mental habits that got you there in the first place.
Yeah.
So one of the side effects of these weight loss injections is that they completely cut all my food noise out. What happens when you don't have that injection and the food noise comes rushing back in?
Put it all back on. Yeah, I remember years ago.
You haven't fixed the why do you always feel like you constantly need to be eating? Why do you feel like when you're emotionally
feeding your traumas?
Yeah, when you can't self-regulate, you're turning to food.
Yeah.
Which I've been guilty of. Yeah, everyone has been guilty. How many times have you come home after a shit day and you go, fuck,
I just want the ice cream. And then you find yourself,
you're sitting there numbing out on food.
Yeah.
You're not fixing that. You're Band-Aiding it with a weight loss medication that you cannot have for the rest of your life because it has detrimental impact on your health.
Yeah.
So I think that they're a bit of a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, easy. All right. So I just want to thank you for coming in today. I really appreciate it. And I always love chatting with you, so that's good. So pretty much your take-home tips today are just start where you're at.
Yep.
Start where you're at.
Cut yourself some slack and start where you're at. And also
pick one bad habit and cut it out. So that's pretty much your advice today.
Yeah.
And stay consistent.
Be real with yourself. I think that's another thing. Is actually be real with yourself. Because you can, again, I'm guilty of it too. You can sit there and be like, I've tried everything. I've done everything. Zoom out and look at your...
And have a bigger look.
Yeah, and have a bigger look. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I went to the doctor once complaining about, I just can't lose weight, and she said, what's your diet like? So we went over my diet. I'm like, it's great. And then she said, what's your diet really like? Like, what are you leaving out? And so the Mentos. I had an issue with Mentos.
There's so
I couldn't lose weight. And I cut the Mentos and Life's been great since.
Yeah, there's so many studies and stuff out there that people drastically underestimate the amount of calories that they're consuming.
Yes.
And
just even in drinks.
Yeah. But that's the thing too. It's like you can't go through your whole entire life. I'm in a calorie deficit. I have to be in a calorie deficit. I have to be in a calorie deficit. If you're a woman that has been for the past, like, there's women out there 15, 20, 30 years that have been constantly, all they're thinking about is losing weight, being in a calorie deficit, losing weight. If that's what your thought process has been like for the last 30 years and you've not lost any weight and you've only gained weight, you're just slowly gaining, which again, that's, your hormones, you're going through this, you're going through that. But if that's what's happening, how about you take a step back and go, holy shit, obviously what I'm doing right now isn't working. So let me just stop trying to lose weight for a second. Let me just try and eat until I'm satisfied and not overly stuffed. Let me nip my shitty habits in the butt, but not with the intention of losing weight, just with the intention of feeling better.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, because I've done the same, and the excess that you're holding, it will fall off.
Yeah.
If you just get real with yourself. And don't always try to be losing weight. Don't always try to be living in a calorie deficit. You can't live in a calorie deficit. It's not sustainable.
It becomes an obsession then you're just flat.
And you're telling me you've been living in a calorie deficit or trying to lose weight for 30 odd years and you've not lost anything?
Yeah.
So what you're doing, they said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and not getting a result and doing it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember Kate Moss, though. She basically went into a calorie deficit and she ate, I'd have to pull the information, but I think it was donuts at the time. She just wanted to prove that she could live on donuts and ice cream, so the shit food, and still lose weight just by being in a calorie deficit. And she did, but I'm talking back in the 80s where the WAIF models were.
I feel like Kate, hang on, let me just say, Kate Moss mucked up a lot of people.
Me. I still like my generation back then, what we were looking at was women like that, and that's what we were all trying to aim to be like. And I guess for you it's influences and different because you're in a different generation, so you'd be seeing stuff on social media.
And the scary thing,
still doing the same damage.
And the scary thing is that supermodel, it was literally called heroin chic.
Yeah, that's what that was really called. I never heard that.
Yeah, in the 90s that was called heroin chic.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Heroin chic. But the scary thing is that is coming back. That's
is it?
Yeah, that's another thing too.
See, I don't pay enough attention to social media anymore. I
know we've got to finish up and all that, but that's another thing too. Is that like your body's not a trend. You know what I mean? Your body's not. But once upon a time it was heroin chic and to be as stick thin as you possibly can. And then all of a sudden someone had a really nice big ass and then everyone wanted nice big asses. And then now we're going back into the, really, really skinny and petite.
Yeah, okay, so I wasn't aware of that.
I
would pick muscle any day
over
skinny.
But that's your preference. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is so entitled to their own preference.
Yeah, 100%.
What's a perfect body to me is someone else might look at it and go, oh my God, that person has way too much muscle on them. Yeah. Or, oh my God, she's way too thin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, you're never going to be perfect in anybody's eyes.
Except your own. You just got to work on what you...
But even yourself, you might look in the mirror and go, oh, far out. I wish I had a bigger ass. But guess what? I don't. Move on. I'm still going to go and train legs because I enjoy training legs.
I was going to say, you can work on getting that bigger ass, though, if you really want to be dedicated enough.
But you can't turn, a chihuahua into a dash hound, like a greyhound. You can. There's some things that you just can't change.
Yeah.
And it's just about being okay with that, accepting that, I'm still going to be the best that I can be, but Susie has a really, really nice big ass. I might never get an ass like hers, but I have mad biceps.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what have I got that's...
What can I bring?
You do have mad biceps, by the way.
What can I bring to the table that I have, that I know, you know what I mean? Work to your own strength.
Yeah.
Always try and be better.
What can I accentuate for me and what do I love about me?
Always try and be better.
And that's it, isn't it? Stop worrying about everyone else.
Comparison is the thief of joy. And the thing is that there's, like, I could be training and be looking at someone else and go, oh my God, they're so perfect. they could be training and looking at me thinking the same thing, because females especially, we're never happy. We'll never, ever, 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 ever be 100% content. So it's about nipping that thought in the butt right there and just, okay, still going to do the best I can do today and just keep trotting along. That's all you can do.
Be the best you can be.
But,
all right, my darling, I'm going to cut it short there because I know that you have to go, because otherwise if I wasn't aware of that, I reckon we could chat for another half an hour at least. But I really appreciate you coming in, and we will definitely catch up and do it again. I think there's a lot more to talk about. So
I'm a chatterbox, you know.
You got me going. We're all chatterboxers. So thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and I've had a great time chatting with Brides, and we'll definitely see her again soon. So everybody have a great day.
Cut.
All right. That's it. And we'll just pray that it all filmed.
Imagine if it didn't.
It did, and we spoke for an hour.